Good evening. Am I audible? Namaste. Namaste. How are you all doing? Namaste, Parag ji. Good evening, Priyanka ji. Good evening, Namrata ji. Sri Lakshmi ji. Anil ji, namaste. Namaskara, Purnima aure. Copy tea aaya tha. Vinu ji, namaste. Good evening. Jitendra ji, namaskara. Kiran ji, ಶುಭ ಸಂಜೆ. ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ಯೋಗಿ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯಿಂದ ಪ್ರೀತಿಗಾಗಿ ಪ್ರೀತಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿಂದ ಮಂಜುನಾಥ್ ji, ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Parag ji, weekend was good. Uh, had been for a world tour. So you might be wondering, how can I go for a world tour over just weekend? Because my wife is my world. I was just running around her. Yes, biryani was Friday profit. I had good biryani. Today also for dinner, I'm just trying to have biryani. Let me see. So making 1 lakh every day is like a dream come true moment for any trader. Kalyan Reddy ji, అవునండి నేను అన్ని లాంగ్వేజెస్ మాట్లాడతాను. Kannada is my mother tongue, but I speak all languages. Paresh ji, I have a method of teaching and I'll be teaching according to my flow. So definitely, yes, Purnima ji, until you learn my setup, you will not be understanding how to hold a particular trade because it took me 7 years to materialize this. At least I'm expecting 2 months from you guys to learn the setup. Yes, Swastik ji, losses are part of the game. You can see that I lost heavily in this 10,000 rupees, then I lost 4,000, then I lost 2,000, then I made 1,13,000 in one single trade, and I made 8,000 rupees in another trade. Chandrapa ji, I have used 1.5. So for 1.5 lakh capital, what is the ROI? Because I'm a daily wage laborer, I have to make some money for my sustenance. 70% return. Yes, let's try to revise whatever we have discussed. Yes, Kishore ji, you will be able to trade in stocks also. Yes, Swastik ji, it will be very stressful whenever you see losses and, recovering from a loss and becoming profitable. Don't you think it is equal to recovering from a disease? Recovering from a loss and becoming profitable in a single day. Because you can see here, after losing around 16,000 rupees, I made 1 lakh rupees. So हार कर जीतने वाले को बाजार की बाजीगर बोलते हैं. So हार कर जीतना है. So let's go ahead. So let me just try to plot these two moving averages. Using 200 simple moving averages. Let me make things clear. Using just 200 simple moving averages is a simple strategy, but there are many a times your stop loss will be hit, so you will be paying taxes, and that will reduce your profit. Our final and main strategy is golden cross and death cross. So you have to use both the moving averages. Okay. So I just taught you just 200 moving average because that is a simple strategy and effective strategy which is used across the country. But you guys should be a bit more advanced. That's why we are using both the moving averages. That is first moving averages, 200 simple moving average. On that, we'll be plotting 50 simple moving averages, which will not allow us to exit unnecessarily. You'll stay back in your investment with the help of 50 simple moving average. So I plotted 50 simple moving average. Is this clear? Let me take TVS Motors. Are you guys invested in TVS Motor? Because I gave a call to buy TVS Motor. How much profits are you enjoying as of now? What is the percentage? So 2% profit, 2.5% profit. You just need to 7.5% movement to achieve your dream target of 10% within a month, right? Yes or no? You will get 7.5 to 8% movement easily. Just hold. Jitendra ji, I'm using daily time frame. I'm using daily time frame, sir, for swing investment. Okay. Say for example, Abhishek ji, you booked profit twice in TVS Motors. That's awesome. Say for example, when did the actual golden crossover you bought it again? That's awesome, Abhishek ji. You're doing good. You're Lakshmi in human form. Keep minting money and keep it. So when did we have the actual golden cross? It happened somewhere in 2021. Okay. So somewhere the candle was somewhere here. You would have bought at market price. Let's assume you bought at somewhere this particular point, just because you blindly believe in golden cross. So from this point, so will you guys exit here? Yes or no? Will you guys exit here? No, right? Because there's no death cross. There's no negative crossover. There's no negative crossover yet, and we don't exit here. So till today, just a minute. Till today, how much profit you have made just blindly following golden crossover? You are on a profit of 53%. Right? You're on a profit of 53%. Don't you think that's amazing? There is no death cross, and there's a gap between these two moving averages. Yes or no? There is still a gap between these two moving averages. Right. So let it remain in your demat, and you will enjoy 10% profit very easy. Is that clear? Let me just check Britannia. So when did golden cross happen? Here, somewhere in July. Okay. At that time, candles were somewhere here, because you are diligently following the setup without having any emotional attachment to the stock. There is a golden crossover, just blindly buy it and just hold the stock until there's a death cross. Even if you take today's value, you're in a profit of 18% without involving your emotion in it. So whenever you try to strike a balance between your greed and fear, don't you think you are emotionally balanced? Because being calm is a peak performance stage in any person. So I want you guys to stay calm. You should never panic, because if you follow a particular strategy, stick to it. There is no crossover yet. There's no crossover yet. And you can see that oh, can you guys just give me 3 seconds time? I'll just mute, because I just kept milk boiling on the stove, and it's just 2 seconds. Luckily, I realized and switched it off, or else my today's stop loss would have been hit by my wife. Okay. Though market did not hit my stop loss, my other half, my best half, would have hit my stop loss today. Okay. Anyways, I escaped. So let's go ahead. Let me show you persistent system, or else Lind India. So do we have a beautiful golden cross here? How much returns did you get in 19 days? Yes, Purnima ji, Pakka Kannadiga. So how much returns did you get? Because this particular stock was given by some TV channel, I just checked whether my setup is working on that, and it is working. That's it. Okay. Because please stick to the list 1, list 2, and list 3. List 3 I'm yet to give you. I'll give you. No issues. So persistent system, Siemens. I think we have Siemens. So when did the golden crossover happen in? Kishore ji, which stock are you trying to refer? The previous stock, previous example. Yes or no? Just a minute. Let me open the previous. Kishorji, where is death cross here? Anjanji, let the stock keep moving above 200 or below 200 SMA. Don't worry until it is there into golden cross. You can invest. Are you talking about this, Kishorji? Are you talking about this death cross? Nick ji, let me try to explain that later. Are you talking about this, Kishorji? Yes, Shruti ji. You must check ITC. Do we have ITC on the list? Kishore ji. Because whenever you guys ask a question, please come up with a follow-up answer, or else it is very difficult to discuss the respective doubts. Anyways, let's go ahead. So in Siemens, when did we have the golden cross? Somewhere in 2020. Since then, this particular stock is in golden cross. Do we have any death cross here? Will you exit this investment here? Yes, no, no. Will you exit your investment here? No, right? There's no death cross. Will you exit your investment here? No. So till today, you're in a profit of 162% in 2 years. So approximately 80% per annum. So don't you think 80% per annum is a brilliant return that you have achieved very peacefully? Yes. Even if you deploy 10,000 rupees, you would have got 16,000 rupees profit. Yes, Suhasji, you're right. So let me try to take Aurobindo Pharma or Oro Pharma, right? Should we enter in this particular stock because it is in death cross? Since see, this is where the death cross happened because moving average is trying to cross from top to bottom. It's a death cross. If you don't exit your stocks when there is a death cross, this is what will happen. You have lost 56% of your investment. So this setup will tell you, Raviji, don't go for selling futures because this is only for investment. You can just buy when there is a golden cross. Exit your investment whenever there is a death cross. Snehaji, whenever this red line crosses this blue line like this, you can enter here. See, it is still in golden cross. You can just buy at market price. It is still in golden cross. You can just buy at market price. So I'll teach you how to take re-entry. So this Purnima ji, because see, in long term, all stocks will give you profit. Okay. But whenever you do swing investment, make sure the stock has to be in golden cross. If you are holding any stock because there is a death cross, okay, so definitely that will recover. Okay. अंत में लोग और stock ऊपर ही जाना है. Right. So you can hold those stocks, but from now on, because until now you didn't know how to figure out whether a stock is bullish or bearish. From now on, don't do that mistake, right? Because in stock market there are no losses, only lessons. Please learn lessons. Jaspreet ji, if a golden cross happens 6 months earlier, should we enter in that stock or ignore? That's what I'll teach you now. So please concentrate. Say for example, if golden cross is happening right in front of your eyes, then you're a lucky person. You can invest and exit at death cross. Yes or no? That's an ideal situation. In markets, you won't find such ideal situation. Definitely, some kind of uncertainty is what you will be facing. Let us consider you saw this particular stock somewhere here. Golden crossover happened here, and you're seeing this stock somewhere here, and you're feeling very bad that you missed this train because you couldn't figure out. But how to take a re-entry? The first simple thing is that there is a gap between these two moving averages. It is still in golden cross. You can enter at market price and you can hold. That is one simple thing. But I'll teach you other method. So when a stock is in golden cross, what is the inherent sentiment? Inherent sentiment. Raviji, swing trading as well as swing investment are one and the same. You're just buying stocks and you're holding. You're not trading futures and options in stocks because it is very risky. Try to trade options in indices and make money like this. Have you guys seen me trading in stocks anytime? Because when I'm making money so easily in indices, why will I go and worry in stocks? Because I'm a daily wage laborer, I have to make some money for my daily bread. Okay. So I cannot wait for a stock because there is a compulsory settlement whenever you trade stock options. If you don't book your profits or losses by the last week of every month, you will be paying penalty. One of my friend recently paid 1 crore as a penalty for SEBI in compulsory settlement because he was holding options expecting for a recovery till last week. So don't do such kind of a mistake by trading stock options. Do swing investment by buying shares because for share there is no expiry, there is no compulsory settlement. Trade options in index, do swing investment because I've kept my trading methods very simple. I make money in index option and I do swing investment in stocks. Okay. Is that clear? Raviji, can I go ahead? Sneha Bhaji, don't worry, just follow my setup. Don't worry about selling. I'm an option buyer because I don't think even option sellers can make 1 lakh profit from 1.5 lakh capital, right? So I'm very unique in terms of trading. Just follow the footsteps. Yes, Sanjanji, and that's what I'm requesting everybody to pose a lot of questions. Raviji, I'm requesting once again, please pose questions at the end of the session because I have mastered my setup. Please learn my setup because you guys are in learning mode. If I forget something, I'm not at loss. Yes, Susmita ji, can I go ahead? I'm trying to tell you something very important. You guys might not get this kind of information because what I'm trying to teach you, it's purely based on my 7 years of experience. You will not get this information anywhere, right? Let us see. You saw this particular stock somewhere here, but golden crossover happened somewhere here. So rather than repenting that you missed 37% movement, I'll teach you one more method. What is the inherent sentiment in this stock when the stock is in golden cross? I want everybody to reply. What is the inherent sentiment? Is it bullish or bearish? When a particular stock is in golden cross, what is the inherent capacity of a stock? Bullish. So whenever there is a dip, try to wait for a dip and draw a bearish trend line. Try to wait for a dip. So you saw this particular stock somewhere here. Wait for the stock to fall. So whenever a particular stock is bullish and if it is still in golden cross, the inherent sentiment in that stock is bullish. So I'm damn sure that this particular bearish trend line will be broken in few days because inherent sentiment is bullish. People are looking forward to bring it up. So don't you think this fall is just a profit booking in the stock rather than considering it as a bearish sentiment? For a bearish sentiment, there has to be a death cross, but there is no death cross. This stock is still in bullish format. So whatever dip which you see in this, yes, Karunesh Kumar ji. So that will come later. As of now, I'm trying to address swing investment. Karunesh ji, I just requested you guys just a few minutes ago. Please keep your questions at the fag end of the session. Is that clear? So whenever there is a dip, try to draw a bearish trend line by joining any two highs. Take this high or this high. Try to draw a bearish trend line. Once this trend line is breached, you can take a re-entry. Once this trend line is breached, you can take a re-entry. You got 18% in 27 days because you were very much unsure to take a buy entry here. So you waited for a dip. You drew a bearish trend line and you were waiting for a confirmation. You know the stock is still in golden cross, but you need some confirmation for conviction to invest in this stock. That confirmation is the breakout. Whenever the bearish trend line is broken, you can re-enter in this investment where you have missed because you did not notice the golden cross, and you took one more confirmation of breakout in bearish trend line, and you've got 18%. So this strategy is called as buy on dip. Whenever there's a dip, the bearish trend line, once it's broken, re-enter. So you got 15% in 23 days. Whenever there's a dip, Try to draw bearish trend line. Once it's broken, you can take a re-entry. You got 13% in 14 days. Whenever there's a dip, draw bearish trend line. Once it's broken, you can go for investment. So don't you think this is an amazing method to keep making money in one single stock whenever the bearish trend line is breached? Yes or no? So whenever bearish trend line is broken, so you can either enter at golden cross, keep waiting till death cross. That's a different ball game. But once you know there is a golden cross, whenever there's a dip, draw bearish trend line. Let us see how much profit that you made in one single stock by taking multiple entries. You got 18% here and 15% here, so close to around 32% and 35, 45% and 60%, 76%, and close to around 85% in how many days? In 1 year, you made 85% by taking multiple entries whenever the bearish trend line was breached. So there was a bearish trend line here also. You entered somewhere here and you got 10%, and there was a bearish trend line here, and this you got lucky and you got 32%. And don't you think Siemens breached the recent bearish trend line? Chandrapaji, for every this breakout, you can keep 10%. Yes, honestly, just book 10% and you can just invest in other stock, or else you just follow up the same stock. At the end of the day, we need money, right? Whether the same stock is giving you 10% or the other stock. If you have multiple, so much of capital, at least you can invest in other stock. Don't you think Siemens breached this bearish trend line? Here, if you're aiming for 10%, stop loss has to be 5%, 1:2 risk reward ratio. So once this was breached, there was a movement of 8.4%. So I'm trying to teach you how to decide re-entry. Tarunji, please focus on how to take a perfect entry. Once you take entry, then comes the concept of stop loss. So I'm trying to explain how to master to take perfect entry. Don't worry about stop loss. That will come later once you enter in a particular stock. Vanashri, see what I'm trying to tell you. The best method of investment is enter at golden cross, exit at death cross. Is that clear? So say for example, you guys are working professionals, you cannot monitor a particular stock because I've given you list number 1. You have 32 stocks. You might have missed a golden cross in some stock, but you want to re-enter and make some money in that stock because it is still in golden cross. What do you do next? You have to identify a spot where you can take a re-entry, right? Once you take a re-entry, either you can wait till the death cross or keep booking 10%. So my suggestion is that whenever you see 10%, please book that profit, because profit booking is the only reality. Say for example, if there is a pandemic third wave, if market crashes heavily, at least you would have booked your profit 10%, and by the time you reinvest the same, you would have booked some profit, right? That's the logic. Keep booking 10% down, because nobody will pay you 10% per month. Yes or no? In 18 days, you have got 13% in TVS Motor, right? This will go further up. So earlier, don't you think TVS Motor made a high here at 1176? This is the psychological level. The highest high that it made is 1176. But what is the target that I've given? 1216 to achieve 10%. Don't you think you need a lot of conviction to stay on your swing investment? Though there is a psychological level at 1176, you should have that conviction that it will break this 1176 and it will go to 1216. Right? It comes with experience. Okay. So can I expect all of you to mention in the group once you see 10% return in your demat? That will motivate others and inspire others also. Okay. So are you guys clear? Say for example, whenever the simplest method of making money, enter at golden cross, exit at death cross. But you that is a passive trader. Okay. Punaji, I don't look into options of the stocks because that has an expiry that won't give you clear idea. So I just watch the basic chart. See, whenever I'm having dinner, so I'll try to look at charts with Golden Cross. Okay, you're saying there's a huge call rating at 1200, right? My setup will break that huge call rating at 1200 to give 1216. Once it touches 1216, Purnamaji, will you just confirm things that my idea broke huge call rating at 1200? That is the power of 7 years of experience in investment, right? Because those guys, they don't know it will touch 1216. That's why they're doing call rating. But I know it will reach 1216. That is the confidence you should have in the market, or else making this kind of profit will become tough. Please use Vaishali GD, please don't use this logic for Nifty Bs, Bank Bs, and Gold Bs. Just buy them as SIP, and you can just buy them for SIP. Whenever it comes to stocks, please apply this logic. Okay, so let me just check Purse and just. Are you guys clear? See, there was a golden cross here, and the stock was somewhere here. The simple thing is, you could have bought at market price. You would have been, profit of 10%. But if you don't have any confidence, please try to draw a bearish trend line and wait for a breakout. Definitely, when there is a dip, don't you think 50 SMA and 200 SMA will act as a beautiful support? Because 50 SMA and 200 SMA, they act as a variable support. These two moving averages will definitely act as support. In spite of golden cross, wait for it to break out this particular bearish trend line, so that don't you think you will have a better confirmation to enter? You have golden crossover also, and the stock has reached the bearish trend line. So this point will give you confidence to enter. So even if you enter here, that would have been a comfortable entry, and you would have made close to around 30%. If you buy just because there is a golden cross, you would have made close to around 17%. If you take an entry after bearish trend line is broken, then you would have got 30% return. Can you guys just watch for 10% return in this stock? So what is today's value? 5062. Just write down. Persistent system is at 5062 on 20th February. It will touch 10% by 20th of March. Please write down the target for this. For 5062, if I add 506, that is 10% value, what should be the target? If I add 506 to 5062, 5568, add 506, add 506 to this 5062, what should be the target? 5568, that's what I mentioned. 55. So once you see 5568 being achieved in persistent system before 20th March, so can you all just give a thumbs up in the group that you would have, because you would have seen things happening right in front of your eyes, right? This one. So what is the logic? I'll tell you the logic. I think these were the psychological levels. This was the high which was made by persistent system earlier, and at the same psychological level there was a retracement. Yes or no? Sambit Kumar Mishra. You requested for the logic. I'm trying to explain. So do we have this candle? Sambitji, I don't use volume, but still I have accuracy. It's pure price action. Do we have the candle, today's candle, above the psychological level? Sambit Kumarji. Anjanji, I'm trying to explain why did I take this call. It might help you in the later part also. From tomorrow onwards, I would request all of you to remember that you will be asking doubt at the fag end of the session, where I'll give you 10 minutes time. because by addressing few queries that might deviate what I plan to explain. Okay, Anjanji, do we have today's candle closing above the psychological levels, which happened somewhere in 2022, January and April? Don't you think that's a beautiful confirmation from the price action? And moreover, it is still in golden cross. So that's how I decided that it may go to this level. Nobody can predict what will happen tomorrow. Okay, there are two ways you can make money in the market. Either you can predict the market or you can follow the market. Which one is easier? To predict or follow? Follow the market, right? I'm just following the market. I'm just following the market where it has closed above the previous swing high. Is there any data to stop? Is there any psychological levels above to stop persistent system? Purnimaji, it's a request once again. Can we focus on the present example than shifting to any other stock? Purnimaji, is there any other psychological levels to stop persistent system? Don't you think it has closed above the lifetime high? There are so many lessons that you're getting it. If you discuss more examples, you will lose the lesson. So can you all just mention in the group whenever 5568 is achieved? You can just enjoy that thrill of seeing 10% achieving right in front of your eyes within a month. थैंक यू. कितना तेजस्वी लोग हैं हमारे ग्रुप में, कितना अच्छा विचार रखते हो आप, सब पर मुझे बहुत नाज है. Okay, so let me just check Vedanta. So is it in death cross, Purnima ji? Because you mentioned there's some death cross happening in Vedanta. It's in golden cross, and there is a bearish sentiment. There's a profit booking, right? So let me draw a bearish trend line here. When you see any green candle closing above this particular bearish trend line, this is when you will take a re-entry. Say for example, we missed this golden cross. That's okay. Whenever there is a profit booking in this, just draw a bearish trend line. Whenever there's a green candle closing above this bearish trend line, you can take a re-entry. And people who are already in this investment, please hold until there is a death cross. No need to panic. Let me check Shree Cement. So what a beautiful move in Shree Cement. If you had invested in Shree Cement, you would have got all the cement for free to build a house. The kind of move that it could. So from golden cross till here, getting 21%. 21% within 54 days, it is as good as giving you 1.5% every day. Oh, sorry, 0.5%. 0.5% every day. Okay. Did our buy on dip strategy work here also? Say for example, you entered somewhere here at the market price, easy entry, but you will wait for a buy on dip strategy. Once this is breached, you have got 16%. Is this clear? See, in Shree Cement, there are so many psychological levels. Listen to me carefully. This was one level. This is one more level. And this is one more level. And this is one more level. And this is one more psychological. Yes or no? So definitely, the present candle is closed above the two psychological levels. So it can face resistance at next psychological level. Right. Okay, Purnimaji, thank you. So don't you think it can face some resistance at the next psychological level? So at least you have an idea. So there's a gap of 5.7% between today's level and the next level. So whenever you see 4 to 5% profit, please book it because there is a psychological level. Once there is one more green candle closing above the psychological level, then you can take a re-entry. And once you see it is very close to the next psychological level, then please book your profit. So for every 5%, don't you think psychological level in Shree Cement? Don't you think for every 5% there is a psychological level? So rather than 10%, you can just stick to 5% based on the previous swing high. So whenever the topmost psychological level, that is like 31520, it is a lifetime high. If you see any kind of closing above the lifetime high, then it will create a lot of eagerness for the investors to invest in this stock. Is this clear? How to draw lines based on the previous psychological levels. This was one, this was one more. So whenever candle closes above this level, you can take an entry, and whenever you see the next psychological level, it will act as a resistance, keep booking profit. So according to our observation by drawing lines, there is a gap of 5% between every psychological level. So please keep booking profit whenever you see 5% in Shree Cement until it crosses the topmost psychological level. Then there's nobody to stop. It can give you more than 10% also. Is this point clear? Yes, no? Yes, thank you. So let me just check. There is a super house. Somebody was super house. So it's in death cross. I want you guys to practice uh, only with 32 stocks from the ticker tape to be very safe. Okay, this is in death cross. So we are not investing in this. Let me just open Tech. So will you invest in Tech Mahindra? I want everybody to reply because it is still in death cross. There is no golden cross at all. So will not invest in Tech Mahindra because it is still in death cross. Because we have certain rules. If it is trying to satisfy all the rules, then only we are investing so that we can remain peaceful. Say, for example, if you have 1 lakh rupees, divide that into 10 parts. Identify 10 stocks which are in golden cross, distribute 10,000 rupees on each stock. So definitely you know all stocks are in golden cross and you have diversified your investment and you can be more peaceful. Is that clear? Let me just check Infosys. So is this still bullish? You can still invest, right? Let me just check TCS. Is it bullish? Can we invest? Yes, because there are so many fundamental guys, who are working so hard to find a stock, and you guys are able to say whether a particular stock is bullish or bearish in just 1 second. That is the beauty of this setup. ONGC, don't you think ONGC is bullish and it recently broke the bearish trend line here? Both the concepts are reflected beautifully, and you got 11% in 9 days. कौन देगा आपको 11% 9 दिन में? कोई नहीं देगा. मैं दिलवाऊंगा. Bearish trend line Kirloskar, because these are the stocks, being suggested by our friends. I'm just trying to explore that with my setup. But you guys are supposed to stick to 32 stocks of ticker tape. So there was a golden cross here. Since that point, there was a movement of 90% in 116 days. Right. So if you apply the same logic, buy on dip. There was a dip, buy on dip. Whenever there is a dip, keep buying. So you would have made 16% here, you would have made 28%, and you would have made 15%. So buy on dip is also very simple, and you can take multiply your money by taking multiple entries. Or if you're a very busy person, there is a golden cross, invest and wait until there is a death cross. Bosch, let me check Bosch. Yes, it is in golden cross. There is no death cross, and there's a gap between moving averages. And recently, it has broken the bearish trend line also, and it is going up beautifully. And if I try to draw horizontal line with regard to this previous swing high, you can see the candle did not close. It's only the wick which is trying to pierce the psychological level. Yes or no? Are you getting my point? Is there any candle closing above the psychological level, or it is just a false rejection at the resistance? Because I'm trying to tell you something important which I've learned from my experience. Please don't keep asking questions. Rather, learn from the present example. So you're not investing until there is a green body closing above this particular level. Okay, let me just take Chen Petro. Will you invest in the stock? No, right? Let me open Cipla. So will you invest in the stock? Because
If I draw bearish trend line, it's still in golden cross. Don't you think Cipla green candle has to close above this bearish trend line? Then only we'll wait and we'll invest. So let me open Lupin. So this is a golden cross. Until this trend line is not breached, you're not investing in Lupin. Just because it's in golden cross, we are not investing in it. We are waiting for the right entry with a multiple confirmation. Breakout of this trend line will give you beautiful entry. So we can keep Lupin under waiting list. Okay, then let me just check Sun Pharma, because pharma stocks are falling. So don't you think it's still in golden cross? But please draw a bearish trend line. Let a green candle close above this, then only we can re-enter. So this is also Sun Pharma, Cipla, and Lupin. All are in waiting list because they are in golden cross, but there is no confirmation. So Divis Lab, Sri Lakshmi, is it good stock to invest? Divis Lab? No, because it's in death cross. There's no opportunity in Divis Lab. Okay, is this clear? First of all, golden crossover is the must criteria that should be satisfied to pick a stock. So how will you take an entry? Wait for a breakout. The first thing, the bearish trend line must break. Okay, or if it is trying to close above the psychological level, that is the previous swing high, like what we have seen in persistent system. So it has closed above the previous swing high, then there is a high probability that it will go up. Is that clear? So golden cross is must for a re-entry buy on dip, or else it should close above the previous swing high, which will act as a psychological level. Are these points clear? So from tomorrow onwards, I would request all of you to ask questions at the fag end of the session, where I'll be giving you 10 minutes time to discuss those doubts at the end of the session. Let's keep that format, so that I would have planned so many things to discuss with you guys, right? But if things don't work, then I'm not at loss, because you guys are supposed to learn. I've already learned. Market is my mentor. I've paid fees directly to the market via losses. Okay. So we shall catch up tomorrow. Thank you so much for being beautiful audience, and I'll take up all the questions tomorrow. So have a peaceful night. So you guys are in safe hands. Okay. Thank you so much. So Shubhakar, ಕಷ್ಟಪಡೋದು ಮೇಲೆ ಕಡಿಚದು ಕಡಿಚನಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅದು ಮಂಚು ಬಿರಿಯಾನಿ ತಿನ್ನಿಸಿ ಪಂಕೊಂಡು ಪ್ರೀತಿಗಾಗಿ ಪ್ರೀತಿಗೋಸ್ಕರ ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಯೋಗಿ ಬೆಂಗಳೂರಿಂದ मेरा strategy समझ में नहीं दिल में आता है डायरेक्ट so I'll just meet you guys tomorrow. Good night, Shubharatri, Adipol. Thank you.